Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is extremely fascinating as we're going to talk about the subconscious mind, how it works, how it impacts you, and how you can use it to your benefit. A quick disclaimer, this is all based on the book Having It All by John Assaraf. All credit goes to him and the people that he learned from, researched, and studied. And another disclaimer is I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a neuroscientist, and this video is simply for entertainment purposes. In today's video, we're going to talk about the chapter that is titled, You Are Not Who You Think You Are. So if someone asked you, who are you? What would you say? What would be your answer to who you are? Luckily for us, we are intelligent beings. We have an intelligent form of energy. And based on this subconscious powerhouse that lies within our brain, we have, in essence, infinite potential, which is based on neuroscience and the fact that we can change, we can mold, our mind can change, we can grow new neural networks, we can actually grow new neurons, like we can learn new things. We have an immense potential. So I want you to just stop and think about the attributes and the qualities that you use to get to where you want to be in life, or to make up the life that you want to live. Like, what do you use? Is it your thoughts? Is it your conscious thinking? Or is it something that is deeper, perhaps? But the fact that it is deeper, that it is subconscious, you don't consciously think about it. And because of that, you may not be aware if these subconscious programs, patterns, are actually either helping you or maybe preventing you from living the life that you want to live, the life that you could live, and to have the impact that you could have, and just the joy and peace and gratitude that you have. So here are a couple tips to not only learn about the subconscious mind, but to harness the power that lies within the subconscious mind. Before we talk about some of the faculties or powers that we have, I want you to ask you this question. Like, if someone asked you, how do we achieve results? What would your answer be? I do believe for a lot of people, they would argue that it is very closely tied to hard work. And I'm a firm believer in hard work and having a work ethic. But what if there is a easier way? What if there is a more powerful way than just to working really, really, really hard? It is suggested that what if there is a alternate way, alternate in quotation marks, that you use your physical power, but you use that in conjunction with your mind, and how your mind is connected to the universe, how your mind is connected to energy, how your mind is connected to vibrations, how your mind is connected to your thoughts. What if you connect that and get into this state, what I prefer to as like this flow state, where things become a lot more effortless. Think of like a really good athlete or a good musician, and when they play, it looks quite effortless. It's not like they're working really hard, and of course they worked hard to get to that point, but there is a grace, and that's kind of what the idea is, that when you achieve these results, it is a harmony between working really hard, but also working in a way that is intelligent and that is in alignment with the way our minds are structured. So when it comes to these intellects that we have, this is not something that's discussed much on an everyday basis. I never remember learning about it in school, but I do believe it's really important to, number one, be aware of them. Number two, understand how you may use them. And number three, hopefully you can figure out how to use it even more to your benefit. And like we always say, not just your benefit, but the people around you, so you can contribute. And the first one is reason. And with reason comes empowerment, because we have the ability to reason. Because we have the ability to reason, we also have the ability to make decisions and take ownership over decisions. But with that ownership also comes responsibility. Like, we have to take full responsibility for our lives. And sometimes you might say, well, because of so-and-so or that circumstance, that's because this current circumstance is what I'm in. But a lot of people argue when you do that, you're actually giving away power. Instead of having a victim mentality, you have a victim mentality. And when you give away power, you also give away the power that you have to change your circumstances. So reason gives you the ability to make decisions and to take responsibility, and that is a form of power. Secondly, we have will, and that is the idea of mental toughness. Like, you can be able to have a mental fortitude. You know as well as I do, if you've been around for X amount of years, mental fortitude is crucial in this life because there are a lot of challenges. The third one is perception. Is reality objective, or is reality a subjective interpretation through the lenses of your perception? What you perceive is your reality. Two people look at the same situation or the same circumstance but have different attitudes, different opinions, different conclusions because they're perceiving it through their lenses. So perception. And oftentimes we can alter our perception by being conscious and aware of the thoughts that we have. Another wonderful intellectual ability we have is imagination. I believe it was Albert Einstein said that imagination is way more powerful than knowledge. Everything, absolutely everything was first imagined. Everything started with a thought. So say, for example, probably the phone or the computer that you're looking at this video was first someone's thought. The chair that you're sitting in or the shoes that you're wearing started with someone's imagination. Or the car that you really enjoy, or maybe the car that you don't enjoy so much, but the car that you wish you had, started with someone's imagination. And we can develop our imagination by using it. It is a power. It is an intellectual function that we have. Lastly is intuition. Intuition. What is your intuition telling you? Are you listening to intuition? Are you listening to the deep reservoirs of wisdom and of heart that lies within you to know what to do, to know what to pursue, to know what is right and wrong? The author says that in order to tap into intuition is to listen more to what your gut is telling you rather than your head. So when we think about our behavior, we think about these intellectual faculties that we have to think, to reason, to imagine, to perceive in our lives. And this is so fascinating. When it comes to our mind, we have, of course, our conscious mind that is running, is thinking, and can only take on so much information at a time. But we have another part of our mind, which is our subconscious mind, and this is the powerhouse. This is where most of the information is stored, our memories, our thoughts, our habits. It's all stored in the subconscious mind. And when it comes to our behavior, which tends to be habitual, most of our behavior, somewhere between 95 to maybe 98% of our behavior is run by our subconscious mind. So I do believe it is extremely important to understand the basic how the subconscious mind works, the basic of what you have stored in your subconscious mind and the programs that you have stored in your subconscious mind, to figure out which programs are helpful, which programs are not helpful, to identify the unhelpful ones, to take action with intention, to change those programs that you can have it all, whatever that means. But I do believe that it involves, for all of us, what we want to have is peace. All of us, I believe, want to have love, mutual love. We want to be respected. We want to have mutual reciprocity. All of us want to have feelings of gratitude, of purpose, of belonging. And you can have all this in theory, but in your subconscious mind, there are these voices that distorts maybe what you already have. I don't know. The point is, the subconscious mind is fascinating. It is powerful, but it can either be to great advantage to you or to great disadvantage, depending on what is stored in your subconscious mind. So one of the main functions of your mind is to keep you alive, to keep you safe, to make sure that your body's functioning, all the cells are working, all the organs are working. And most, if not all, of this work is done by your subconscious mind. So it's running, making sure that you are staying alive, which is good, but it can also be to disadvantage because your mind is very keen to pick up on things that could be perceived as a threat. So anything that you have experienced or think you're experiencing, the subconscious mind is very on high alert to make sure that it does not interfere with you staying alive. Secondly, the subconscious mind, it stores all the habits, all the beliefs, all the memories. It's stored in your subconscious mind, and it keeps it there in order to keep you safe. So a couple of things that's important with that is, number one, you can have experienced some things that maybe wasn't the best for you, and the subconscious mind will store those things. And if you get triggered or something can invoke those memories, thoughts, the subconscious mind can do something to keep you safe, but it may not be actually the best for you. Maybe lead to stress, may lead to anxiety, it may lead to some fear, it may actually have like physical sensations in your body as well. And also what's extremely important is this idea of neuroconditioning. And that is, if you think a thought, if you have a tendency to think of certain thoughts, you are actually making that thought program or that thought pattern stronger and stronger and stronger, and you're essentially suppressing that in your subconscious mind. So you want to make sure that you know what's going on in your conscious mind, and there may be, small trivial things that happen throughout the day that gets you irritated, but it happens and you get you irritated, and that irritation gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It becomes a part of your neuroconditioning. It becomes a neural pathway in your subconscious mind. And again, it could help you to get what you really want, or it cannot help you to get what you really want. But maybe it's peace, love, or a relationship because of these habits that have not been serving you the best way. So one thing you can do is to change the thoughts you want to impress on your subconscious mind. And we'll get into that more later, but I think step one is just to be aware of thoughts that you have and the thoughts that you may be suppressing into subconscious mind, to give you some tools how to actually do some practical things to change those unhealthy thought patterns. And then lastly is kind of this idea that he calls the magic of the subconscious mind. This is the idea that some people are saying, and I don't know who coined this first, but that we become what we think about. So if you're thinking about beauty, you're thinking about excitement, you're thinking about creation and innovation and love and giving and service and servitude and all that wonderful things, then you essentially are creating that reality. On the flip side, if you're constantly thinking about worry, fear, lack, limitation, you are also creating that reality. And if you're thinking about how you don't deserve something, or doesn't deserve a certain person, or deserve this or deserve that, well, then maybe you don't get it. Because somehow, and this is where the magic is, habits based on subconscious mind will prevent you from getting something that you don't think you deserve, or think you need, or think you should have. And again, you might ask yourself, how come I have not changed? How come I haven't gotten this? Well, maybe it's the subconscious program. And I highly encourage you to do your own research of how the subconscious mind and the neuroscience behind that works. But I think one key takeaway from today is that we have reason, we have imagination, we have these higher thinking faculties, and we can actually consciously choose what we want to put or to store or to not harvest, but to plant in our subconscious mind, things that will actually be helpful so that we can have all that we want. And that may not be having a lot of money. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's happiness, maybe it's a healthy relationship, maybe it's a healthy relationship with your parent, maybe it's a healthy relationship with your kid. But like, for you to think through, what thoughts should I think about? What habits should I either develop or embark on? And to do this over time so that you are planting healthy thoughts, healthy seeds, positive seeds that will get you into frame of mind that's going to benefit you, your growth, and the people around you. Hopefully that's helpful. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.